Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a board meeting turned hostile yesterday as members and former members debated the future of Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter. And a Kentucky State Police report from 2023 shows an increase in 2 different crimes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:30 on Wednesday, July 3rd. Now let's go ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Not as nice as it was yesterday morning, but you know what? By July standards, this is a-okay. It is 68 outside our door. Visibility not an issue here. Nonetheless, across a good portion of eastern and southern Kentucky, Harlan's visibility has dropped down to 7, so there may be a few areas of fog to deal with early on this Wednesday morning if you happen to have to go into work like we do. Temperature-wise, mid and upper 60s into the lower 70s for a lot of us. Some warmer readings up toward Prestonsburg, Moorhead, Irvin, and Lexington. And here's the big change from yesterday. Not only the temperatures being warmer, but dew points are higher. That's the reason why it's feeling humid this morning. Not much going on across the Commonwealth this morning. More in the way of cloud cover as you make your way north and west of Lexington. And the planner as we head through today shows a lot of sunshine as we get up to near 90 here in Hazard. Late in the day, though, I-64 corridor over toward Liberty as well south of Lexington. Could be a late day shower or storm. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast with more details about the 4th coming up in this half hour. Olivia?
Tim, thank you. An Eastern Kentucky animal shelter remains closed to the public, and some concerns were raised during a Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter board meeting last night in Hazard. On the agenda was financial aspects of the shelter, board member status, and more. WYMT's Amelia Lee was there.
I told you.
I told you so.
Yes, ma'am.
It's called being a coward.
Tensions were high during the Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter board meeting Tuesday evening. Shannon Cottle, who has been involved with the shelter in the past, says she wanted to address some concerns during the meeting, but was not able to.
They didn't want to hear us speak. They did not want us to call a vote to remove the board president. That's why we were shut down so abruptly and repeatedly tonight. And it's a shame.
President of the shelter, Tony Vaughn, says he had his reasons for sticking to the agenda.
And then it gets into a session of bickering. I've sat here for 4 hours and argued over the same thing, even though we want to get to the same goal. Their tactics are different than mine.
One topic addressed was a PayPal account. Another was mass euthanasia. Sean Tussey, the shelter's veterinarian, says that has not happened. He says he wants the animals to be adopted.
A shelter in which the stray and abandoned animals can come to. They're not turned away. We've got rescues to help take them. We can get good spay and neuter programs started. We can have adoptions into the communities.
Cottle and Vaughn both agree the animals are what matters most.
We can save their lives. We can get those animals out to rescue.
I don't want 2 sides. I want one group focused on saving animals.
The meeting ended after about 30 minutes. In Perry County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
In terms of next steps, Vaughn says he is considering making meetings closed to the public. Tussey claims conditions at the shelter have improved since discontinuing their relationship with one animal rescue service. Kentucky State Police released its annual Crime in Kentucky report for 2023. While the report shows the crime rate statewide has remained stable, there are some things that have seen an increase. The 2 crimes that have seen an upward trend are human trafficking and animal cruelty. In the report, some say the increase in animal cruelty cases may be due to people who are reported for animal cruelty abusing multiple animals at once.
We think a lot about abuse as like this dramatic thing, like dogfighting or like hitting an animal, but a lot more commonly, you're talking about neglect as a form of abuse.
Olson says most of the dogs they take in are underweight and have not had proper day-to-day care. She says most of the time, however, these dogs have not gone through an official channel where there's been a court case. A London man is facing charges after police responded to a complaint about him trying to fight other people while intoxicated. It happened Sunday night off Highmore Road, about 7 miles from London. When deputies arrived at the scene, they noticed Teddy Osborne trying to leave on foot. After police left, Osborne came back and started to fight again. After trying to hide, police found Osborne as he attempted to hide in a pool. Police in Rockcastle County are looking for a man in connection with a robbery case. Here is a picture of the man. Deputies with the Rockcastle County Sheriff's Office say if you have any information about where he is, you are asked to contact KSP Post 11 at 606-878-6622. Police in Whitley County are continuing to search for a man reported missing, and now there is a reward being offered for information leading to him being found. Here is a picture of Justin Young. Police say Young's family is offering a reward of $1,000 for information leading to him being found safe. If you know anything, you can contact Whitley 911 Dispatch at 606-549-6017. Police in Southwest Virginia are also looking for a missing person. Here is a picture of 47-year-old Jason Ray O'Quinn. He is described by the Wise County Sheriff's Office as being 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing about 270 pounds. He was last seen by his family last Wednesday. If you have any information about the case, you can contact the Wise County Sheriff's Office at 276-328-3566. A now former Lexington pastor is accused of sex crimes against a minor. Zachary King was in court yesterday after being arrested on Monday. He pleaded not guilty to charges of rape, sodomy, and procuring a minor by electronic means in a Lexington courtroom. His bond was set at $250,000. In his arrest citation obtained by our sister station, King admitted to having a sexual relationship with a minor during a period of a year and a half. A Leslie County man is facing several charges after a police chase on Saturday. The chase involved multiple law enforcement agencies from Laurel and Clay counties. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox takes a closer look at what happened.
The chase began on East Laurel Road when a deputy noticed a motorcycle being driven without a license plate.
He looked over his shoulder when he heard the siren and saw that it was a police car, and the deputy said that he hunkered down like, I'm taking off on you, and took off.
The suspect turned onto Lick Fork Road, then made his way onto Watkins Road, where he then entered onto the Hal Rogers Parkway.
In the process of him running from the deputy, he was all over the road. He ran several cars off the road. Even a Clay County Sheriff's deputy that was meeting him, the deputy had to hit the ditch.
Achardo says the motorcycle reached 122 miles per hour before the rear tire began to shred.
The guy still continued to try to get away from him, but eventually rammed his motorcycle into the cruiser.
The suspect reportedly tried running away on foot before police arrested him. The man was identified as Todd Burton. Achardo says Burton told them he drove away because he was trying to avoid going to jail.
He said that he knew he had no plates on the vehicle and that he had 2 outstanding warrants, and they were just failure to appear warrants.
Burton now faces several charges, including evading police and reckless driving.
And the more significant arrest, wanton endangerment first degree because of the danger that he posed to the public, and wanton endangerment first degree, police officer is the victim for the danger that he placed officers in.
Burton was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In Laurel County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Now to Pulaski County, where crews were dispatched to a house fire early yesterday morning. Crews with the Somerset Fire Department went to a home on East Mount Vernon Street. After they arrived at the scene, they worked quickly and knocked down a fire inside of the bedroom. They say no injuries were reported. A recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling has some concern for the future of opioid abatement funds. The justices rejected a nationwide settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma last week. It would have shielded the owners of the company from future lawsuits, but it also would have provided billions of dollars to combat the opioid epidemic. Grayson Passmore talked to the owners of a Lexington restaurant who say grant money from settlements like this one can help families across the Commonwealth.
I am worried about future grants for people, for sure.
The multi-billion-dollar bankruptcy deal involving OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma left families and nonprofits impacted by the opioid crisis, and the Supreme Court divided.
I have mixed emotions because I think that people should be held responsible for what happened at the sales, because of the sales of the drug that they had. And so I don't want to be punitive, but I do feel like someone needs to be held responsible for it. And I do think that the money is important as well.
The owner of Deviate Kitchen, Rob Perez, says the money organizations and businesses like his receive from opioid abatement grants can help them change lives.
And we are going to work directly with our employees to assist them by making recovery more a part of their life than it's been before, by helping them remove barriers for human flourishing and to be able to figure out a path to a career dream job. So that's what we're going to work on. It's a year-long program.
The Kentucky Attorney General's office divvied up more than $12 million in opioid abatement funding, part of Kentucky's nearly $900 million recovered in opioid settlements. Deviate Kitchen received a $150,000 portion of the grant, as the restaurant hires people with a history of substance abuse or incarceration. Perez says as far as they know, that money is secured, but legal experts worry this decision could affect future grants.
What the court's saying as a matter of interpreting the statute, the bankruptcy code, sorry, you can't create an agreement like this. You can't structure it this way.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Lawmakers say the decision could also impact other major bankruptcies, including the $2.4 billion bankruptcy plan for the Boy Scouts of America that has been approved by a federal judge. And don't forget, the annual WYMT Summer Blood Drive is this afternoon. It runs from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. The Kentucky Blood Center Bloodmobile will set up outside of our station at 199 Black Gold Boulevard in Hazard. All of those who donate will receive a Kentucky Blood Center t-shirt while supplies last. And still to come, Donald Glover is hyping up his world tour with a new song and potential album.
Weather-wise this morning, no issues around the region, but do we start to increase our chances of showers and thunderstorms today? We'll let you know. The first alert 7-day forecast is coming up right after this.